Welcome back, everyone. It's time for another episode of The Witching Hour.
I've got an evil inside my head. You tell me that you don't understand. We got a twist on the beats coming up from the hell. Every monster swinging in the underworld hell. 426, 426, 426 is the twist of the beats. 426 is the twist of the beats.
Hey guys, welcome back. So sorry that this episode is a day late. It's October, so everything is crazy. There's so much to do, so much to try to get done. Decorating, pumpkin carving, all that fun stuff. So, ended up having to postpone some stuff I needed to get done for the episode, so here we go. It's a day late, but it's alright. So, we're gonna start off with our movie review. And, okay, so I know I told you guys that we were going to be following along with iHorror's movie list. Well, if you've been following along, I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't follow along as much this week because a lot of the movies they had up there, I couldn't find them. I couldn't find them to watch. So what we're going to do instead is I'm making my own list. So it'll still be the same concept. You guys follow along with the list with me, and next Monday I'll be writing this week's movies on my Patreon, and then the following week will be the movie review on the episode. So since I didn't really get to watch any of them last week, I'm just going to do a regular movie review today, and then we'll pick back up again this week. I will have a list of all of our movies in the comment section below, so don't forget to check them out. A lot of them are some of my favorites. A lot of them are ones I've never seen before and that I've wanted to watch, so I've tried to find ones that are all like on either Hulu, Netflix, or I think there's a few that are on Amazon Prime, but I've tried to stick with those so it's easier for you guys to find. I even have a playlist. If you go to my regular channel page and look at my playlists, I have one called Movies to Watch, and there's some movies up there, just full movies that you can watch for free here on YouTube. So one of those is actually the Linnea Quigley's Horror Workout, which we talked about in the last episode. So definitely go and check that out if you want some movies to watch, and I'll try to find movies from the list and put them up there in case you guys don't have any of the streaming services. Most everybody does now, but you never know. So let's get down to our movie review. I this weekend watched Once Bitten, and I've never seen it before. I'm very sad to say I've never seen Once Bitten before. Even though it came out in 1985. I've had so many opportunities to watch this, but I haven't, and I don't know why. It was incredible. The storyline basically is there's this teenage guy that wants to get laid, and his girlfriend isn't ready yet. So he has all this pent-up frustration. Him and his buddies go out. He meets this a little bit older woman. He thinks he's gonna get laid, and it doesn't quite go how he thinks it is. The woman turns out to be a vampire who needs virgin blood on Halloween to keep herself young. I think it's every year she needs a virgin. I don't know. The weird thing is, whenever she does her ritual on Halloween to ingest the virgin blood and keep herself young, she turns them into a vampire. But there's not, and she keeps them around. She has her little coven of vampires, and she keeps them around, but there's not as many that add up. So I don't think it's a yearly thing. I think it's every so many years. I don't know. It's not very clear. Anyway, so she's trying to mind control him, and his girlfriend eventually figures out what's going on, and so she's got to try to win him back. So it's this battle between the two of them of who's gonna get him, vampire lady or his girlfriend. So I really enjoyed this movie. It was a really fun watch. It's definitely more of a horror comedy, not a serious horror movie. There's music that plays throughout almost the entire movie, like just 80s music, and it's so much fun. I normally don't really like it when there's a whole lot of music in movies, but this incorporated it really nicely. There was even a few dance numbers. The characters are all so likable. I loved all of them. They're hilarious. They're fun to watch. There's a scene in which they go to a Halloween dance, and everybody's dressed up in costumes. And guys, I wish it still was like this. I wish people still did this. They had actual just Halloween costumes. It wasn't like the slutty costumes that you see everybody wearing now, where it's just an excuse to go out walking around in your underwear. Come on, it's Halloween. Once a year, you can be slutty the rest of the year if you want. Just dress up in an actual costume, please. But yeah, they had a lot of really fun, like some were actually really creepy costumes. There was a cool dance scene in that too. All of the vampires were just goofy and fun, and I don't think there was anything that I really disliked about this movie. It was just a really fun, enjoyable watch. IMDb gave it a 5.4 out of 10, and it got an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it didn't do so well with the critics. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5 because I loved this movie. I think it deserves a whole lot more credit because it was hilarious and incredible and spooky and perfect for Halloween season. I didn't put it on our list just because I had already seen it. But if you don't get to watch one of the movies, like you can't find one of the movies on the list, or even just want an extra movie to watch, definitely go and check this one out. It's on Hulu. Yeah, you can watch it up there on Hulu, so definitely go check it out. And now for our horror news segment. I actually have some really fun stuff to talk about this week. If any of you have been following me for a while, you know I love zombie movies. I'm a big fan of anything that has zombies in it. World War Z was one of my favorites, and I didn't think I was gonna like it at first. I didn't see it when it actually came out. I waited like a couple years after it came out. It came out in like 2013, but God, it's one of those ones where the zombies are so fast and so terrifying, and there's so many of them. I get like anxiety from it. It makes me anxious, but I still really love this movie. There is rumors that a second one is gonna start filming in June of next year, which it's been in the works for a while. It keeps getting postponed because Brad Pitt and the director, and they've been busy with other things, so they keep putting this off. But it's supposed to be in the works, hopefully, and hopefully they keep it as good as the first one. So who knows if it's actually going to be coming out in or start filming in June or not. We might have to wait even longer, but hey, as long as we get it eventually and it's good, then I'm happy. But speaking of zombie movies to come out, George Romero actually has about 50 unproduced scripts, and as you know, he's passed away now. Ugh, that was a rough day. But his wife has all of those scripts of movies that he didn't get to produce, and she would like to see them be produced. So even though George Romero is no longer with us, we may continue to see his movies, which would be amazing. He had a book that he was in the process of writing when he passed away, and a writer named Dan Claus is actually finishing that up with the blessing of Mrs. Romero. So that's going to be a really cool thing to look out for. It's called Living Dead, so I'm guessing that it's based on the movie. It's going to be like the book version of the movie, maybe like delve into more storylines around that. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm definitely going to read it when it comes out. The last film that he was working on before he passed away was Road of the Dead, and that one has a uncertain future. It's been kind of put off, and they've tried to finish it, but they don't know if it's going to get finished, so we may not get to see that one, which would be sad. But there's a film that he made in 1973 that is not horror. It does not have to do with zombies, but it is actually being restored right now and will hopefully be released soon. They don't have a release date on it yet, but that'll be cool. It'll be nice to see a different side of George Romero. We all know him for his zombie and horror movies, but he actually enjoyed doing things that weren't horror too. So it'll be pretty cool to see what other stuff he could have blessed us with while he had more chances to produce it. Now, as you guys know, the new Halloween movie comes out this Friday, the 19th. And if you're as excited as me, you can hardly wait, and I'm so stoked. I'm definitely gonna go see it when it comes out on Friday. We already have plans. So I've seen all of the trailers for it, and I think it looks amazing. I know there's some people that say it's not gonna be all that great, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be great. I have high hopes for it. I could be very disappointed, but I choose to have high hopes for this movie. And I have come across some video games, that include Michael Myers in them. So if you're like me and can't wait until Friday, you can play as Michael Myers and kill some people on video games, if that's your thing. You can go to escapemichaelmyers.com and play a little game on there. It looks like an 8-bit old arcade style game, and you play as Laurie, and you get to go through the target practice, and then Michael Myers is chasing you through a graveyard and the woods and Haddonfield, and you have to dodge things and collect pumpkins, and it was so much fun. I played it last night, and I was having so much fun with it. It's not the most intricate, detailed game, but it's fun, and you get to run away from Michael Myers. If you like more detailed games, you can play Dead by Daylight, which is actually one of my favorite games. I play it on PlayStation, and one of the villains, and with this game you have a map, and one of those maps is actually Haddonfield, and you chase your victims through the map. They are trying to fix generators and get these generators up and going so they can escape, and you have to chase them down and grab them and put them on meat hooks and sacrifice them before they can get all the generators up and going. It's so much fun. You can choose to play as the victim or the killer. I like to play the killer. It's just so much fun. And they have a bunch of different ones, but Michael Myers is just the best one to play right now. And with the Halloween season in full swing, if you enjoy horror cooking shows, I have a couple of them that I've made a little list of that you can go and check out, and they're a lot of fun. The first one is Homicidal Homemaker, and oh my god, Casey is amazing. She's just the sweetest. her show is on YouTube. She actually has a YouTube channel. And if you have Screambox, you can find her on there too. And it's just called Homicidal Homemaker. And she does this little cooking show, and it has like movie type elements to it, so you're not just watching a cooking show. You have like a little story behind it too. Her kitchen is gorgeous. I wish mine looked like that. But you can definitely go and check her out. All of her recipes are easy to follow along too. I've made several of them, and they've always been so good. So check her out. There's Halloween Wars on Hulu, which is the Food Network's horror baking or Halloween baking competition. And I believe there's 4 seasons up there, 4 or 5 seasons. And Elvira actually guest judges one of the episodes in the very last season, so that's pretty cool. It's not as much of a cooking show, but you get to watch people make some cool stuff, and you might be able to come up with some ideas for your own. There's also a new show that came out on Netflix, and it's called The Curious Creations of Christine McConnell. I know it's a mouthful, but the show is so much fun. I was watching it this morning. I just discovered it yesterday, and it reminds me a lot of A Series of Unfortunate Events, that show on Netflix, because it's so, I don't know, like whimsically dark. And there's like just the way she dresses and stuff. She looks like she's from like the 50s, but her home is beautiful. She has these little puppet creatures that live with her, and it's so much fun. It's a show in every episode that she does, and some of the stuff is a little bit more difficult, like it requires a more expert cooking skill level, but you could always make it a little bit easier, simplify some of her stuff, and it's just, even if you don't plan on making anything from the show, it's still fun to watch. Just definitely go and check that out. But that is it for this time. We are going to be making a trip to Screamageddon on Saturday. So I will definitely be getting some video footage from that. So I will be posting that up on my Patreon for all of my $5 and up Patreon people. But of course you can go on there and check out my movie reviews as well. So lots more fun stuff coming up on Patreon, so go and check that out. I even have a few things up there for everybody to see, I believe I did that right. You can go on there, even if you're not an actual Patreon subscriber, you can still go up there on the Patreon page and check out a few things. I think most of the stuff I have up there is for $5 and up. All of the videos are, for sure. But I think I've accidentally posted a couple movie reviews without putting Patreons only, so they get put up there to the regular page. And the weird thing about Patreon is once you post something, there's no way to go back and edit it. So alright, and now it's time for our unboxing. And in case you've wondered why I have different clothes on, it's because I just couldn't wait to unbox this. So I had to film this segment right when I got the box, because I couldn't wait till Monday. I've been waiting for my coffin box for what seems like forever. They had a little mix-up with one of the items that was in the box, so it got delayed a little bit, but then they're throwing in something extra just to thank us for waiting so patiently. Somewhat patiently. So, without further ado, Coffin Box. Now, for those of you who haven't heard anything about Coffin Box, it's a bi-monthly subscription box by Room Org Magazine and Horror Pack. And Horror Pack is the one that does the DVDs or Blu-rays every month. So, you know this is going to be good. And it's only $20 a month, or $20 every other month, which is really good. And I believe you're guaranteed to get like, and I don't remember, a couple other things, but oh, and the Room Org magazine is in here, which that like covers the cost of the box right there. So let's get this thing open and see what's inside. If I can get it open. Sorry guys, I didn't think this through very well. It's in the morning before I have to go to work, and so I'm only on my like first cup of coffee. So let's see if I can get this open without cutting myself. There we go. Okay. So here is our coffin box. It seemed like it got a little bit squished, but hopefully everything that's inside of here is still okay. Gosh, you guys, I'm so excited for this. Okay. Let's move this over to the side here. And okay, so right on the top here we have our Room Org magazine. And this one has Night of the Living Dead, The Final Word, Assassination Nation, The Witch's Dungeon, Horror Games Hall of Fame, Fright Rags, Conjurer's Kitchen, ooh, Mandy, they talk about Mandy in this one, and Dawn of the Dead. So that's just some of the stuff that's in here. This is their 21st anniversary Halloween edition. Oh, I'm so excited. And Room Org magazines, their magazines are always like, it's like a book. It's so thick. That's what she said. Yeah, there's always so much stuff in here. Oh, I know you guys are anxious to see what else is in here, but I have to look real quick. My friend Homicidal Homemaker did, I don't know if she still does, I believe she does. She did recipes in here, and I want to see if I can find them to show you guys real quick. Oh, it looks so good so far, you guys. I'm definitely gonna have to take this to work with me, and if I come across it, I'll post a picture of it on Instagram. Y'all can see it, or you can just buy the magazine and look for it yourself. Alright, what else do we have in here? And we have, oh, it's, oh my god, is this, who is this signed by? Okay, so another thing, there was 2 things in here that are going to be signed. This is one of them. It's a little print of Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, and it's signed here on the bottom. I don't know who it's signed by though. Oh, it's so good though. They're at a drive-in and they both have like milkshakes. Ah, it's so good. And you guys know I love Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, so having them together in this picture is so good. This is definitely going on my wall back here. And maybe, hopefully there's a card in here that says what this, like who this is signed by, because I really like to know. Alright, and then we have Cameo Creeps, Coffin Box Signed Exclusive Print, The Great Cthulhu's Old One. This is a print? I think they're saying this is a print. He's cute though. There it goes. Focuses. It's cute, but I'm guessing this is a print, or there's another one in here somewhere. I don't know. I think this is supposed to be the print. And then, oh, here's our t-shirt. Oh, it's Dracula. I love him. Let's see, is this, it says officially licensed, wow, officially licensed by the Bram Stoker Estate. That's really cool. that's a really neat, like, take on Dracula, too. See, you guys? I've never seen a Dracula shirt like this. Most of the time it's your normal, like, gothic Dracula looking. That's really cool. I like that a lot. And the nice thing about this box, too, is they let you pick the size of your shirt. I'm not sure if like, that's like that with all boxes. I feel like it's not. Some of them that I've seen, they're not. You can't pick your shirt size. It's just like a regular, you get what you get. This one, they let you pick what size, so you know it's going to fit. Alright, and our next thing here is, oh, it's our Blu-ray. And it's unrated version. It's the Blu-ray and digital HD. I've never seen this one. So this will be interesting. Yeah, the thing that was messed up in the box was actually their Blu-ray that was going to go in here. There was something with the way they did the Blu-ray disc, it wouldn't play or whatever. And so this was one that was going to be put in a box that hadn't gotten put in a box yet. So they figured they'd just substitute this one for it. And then whatever was supposed to be in here, we're going to get it in the next box. So this one looks really good. I never even heard anything about it. I don't know. These movies, exorcism movies can be hit or miss. Like, I wasn't a big fan of The Exorcism of Emily Rose, but love the original The Exorcist. So we'll give this one a watch, and I'll probably write up a little review on it and put it on our Patreon page if y'all are interested. And the last thing in here is, oh, it's a little figure from the Twilight Zone. It's Jerry and Willie from, and it even says like what episode it's from. Episode 98, The Dummy. Let's see, you can see him a little better there. That's so cool. He's even, like, the figure is even in black and white. I like that. That's so cool. Oh, and on the back here it shows all the ones that you could get. There's quite a few in this collection here. These are nice. I'll probably leave him in the box and then just like hang him up somewhere. And then that's it. I wish there was a card saying what all was in here, because I want to know who this is signed by. If any of you know, like if you've gotten the coffin box and you know who signed this, just let me know in the comments, because I want to know who signed this. I still love it, but it would make it so much better if I knew who it was signed by. So yeah, just a little recap. We got our Rue Morgue magazine, our Dracula t-shirt, the signed photograph, Twilight Zone figure, our Blu-ray, and this little print. So that was really good, especially for $20. I'll definitely keep, I mean, just the Blu-ray and the magazine and the t-shirt itself or make it way worth it, but then they always throw in a couple little extras too, so yeah, I'll definitely keep getting these, and it's a subscription anyway, so, and it's every other month. You can't beat that. Alright guys, that's it for this episode. We'll see you next time. Stay creepy.